First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Brother Zach from the camp James Jamaica, and with me, my brother
Akashaya
and
Yawala.
And today we just want to touch on a quick lesson of this stupid emancipation, so-called emancipation and independence celebration coming up in Jamaica. We have a lot of Benjamites who go celebrate believing that they are free when they are completely not. You see me? So we are bringing it from the point that we as Israelites, we are still in slavery, and that Jamaica ain't independent, yo. Jamaica is run by the Queen same way. It was just emancipated, which just means switch from one slave over to the next. You see me? So
Definition.
alright, go on, bro.
Alright, this is emancipate, set free from control, from Latin.
Read where I read it from.
This is etymology online dictionary. You see me? And this is the definition. Emancipate, which is the verb. It's a set free from control, from Latin emancipatus, past participle of emancipare, put, and it have in bracket a son out of parental authority, declare someone free to give up some authority over, to give up one's authority over. In Roman law, the freeing of a son or wife from the legal authority, and it's of the Peter family to make his or her own way in the world, from assimilated from the look for the
Look for emancipation.
Yeah, man. You can start this, you know.
Yeah, man,
So
so
we say
it's
emancipate
emancipation.
here, is it to deliver, transfer, or sell? And you can read down at the bottom and we say not used by, right on this one.
Yes, not used by the Roman.
Read up people loud and can I hear?
Not used by the Roman in reference to the freeing of slaves, but verb for this being manumitir.
Yeah, manipulator.
Manumitir. The English word was adapted in the jargon of the cause of religious toleration in the 17th century. Then anti-slavery in 1976, also used in reference to women who free themselves from conventional customs.
Alright, so basically what the article, what the definition I bring forth is that emancipation, it was used basically in that sense, original sense, that's where the word, the etymology come from, right? I mean, in the root word or the true meaning of a word, it go back in basically transferring. You see, when you switch from what, in our sense, we were switched from one slave owner to the other.
You can read the definition. You can read back the part from one owner to the next.
So transfer.
Yeah. They say from assimilated from X out away. It's emancipare, deliver, transfer, or sell. From mancipium, ownership. From manus, hand.
Yes.
Gone. You see me, that's why the British slave owner them, they were in total, right, they were granted I think it's £20 million. You see me, if you cover all of the losses for them property. You see me, because it was switched over. We weren't free. You see me, if we were free, we would be as according to the definition, then I use the term manipulator, when a man literally obtaining freedom. You see me? But we are still slaves in the society, yo. We are still governed by the Queen. You see me?
Yeah, because I forgot about them have an article or a video. Them have a video will show you say that the video will show you say look, but then because in the tropical area you have a lot of hurricanes and you have a lot of weather and all that, and it damage the country, and the Queen have to compensate or they have to pay for fix back the country, yo. So Jamaica was more of a liability than an asset to them. You understand me? So them make Jamaica come under its own constitution where it have its own government, and it have to really follow the laws of the British government, but it have its own government to make to dictate what them do and have their own currency and all that, but yet still it's just an extension, like a business, like an entity.
Self-sustained business.
Exactly.
Look up freedom. Look up the word freedom.
You see me? So they were never free. You understand me? All them just move it from Jamaica being such a big liability to Jamaica being no asset, because Jamaica have to look after its own. Jamaica have to look and maintain itself when hurricane or storm or anything come. Jamaica have to pay for it or compensate it.
Yeah. Look up the word freedom. No, etymology.
Etymology?
Yeah, because as I hear this video, it's about breaking down, or even though to the eyes that are open to the men them we have sense. You know what I mean? To people who have sense, know that there's no sovereignty in this when it comes to Jamaica, yo. When Jamaica celebrate, you have people even carnal people. I say yo, them not celebrating Independence Day. Me hear carnal people say that because I guess what, them know that they're not free. Even when, just like how we bring out the definition for emancipation a while ago, it means from one owner to the next. So you weren't being set free, and even if you were set free, that's not freedom, because nobody don't set you free. The only way we're gonna be set free is when Yahweh, which is the man of the world called Jesus Christ, come and set us free. And the way we're gonna do that, it is by force. So in other words, we will take freedom, yo. We won't be granted freedom by the so-called white man. So nobody can give you freedom. The white man cannot give you freedom, you have to take it, yo. Zane, look up the word freedom.
Yeah. This is freedom, Old English, freedom, power of self-determination, state of free will, which we know free will no exists.
Yeah, go, no, just read.
Emancipation from slavery, deliverance, see, free, adjective plus dumb, meaning exemption from arbitrary or despotic control. Civil liberty is from the late 14th century, meaning possession of particular privileges.
Alright, watch this. So if you want to travel, go to America, you don't need to ask somebody a question, yo. You don't need to go through you don't need to go on an embassy, go beg them
permission.
Go beg them permission to
stay,
to fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need to go pay how much money for dock a ship. Go up on a ship and show them papers. You know what I mean? For fly. And you can get the word independence at the same time.
Yeah, me can add as a refer to the whole visa thing, right? Because back in slavery, with the whole passport thing as well. We're not back in slavery. Well, back when our people knew that they were slaves and we were in hardcore slavery. The movie something there, Roots,
yeah,
show you a point where that basically they used to get permission, basically travel, because we were forbidden to actually write and read basically. So them write a little slip, yo, and so them permit X and Y slave to travel from X and Y.
And them supposed to can show them that.
Yeah.
So when the next master we have an next plantation catch that slave there, him supposed to can present him in paper and say, so I belong to such and such house. I belong to Mr. Beckford house. You know what I mean? Which Mr. Beckford was a big major slave owner in Jamaica also. But look up the word passport.
Alright, this is passport. This is noun from Middle French passport, authorization to pass through a port.
You see that? So you were grieving, like authorization. Somebody write authorization, giving you the not the authority, but the permission. You know what I mean? To pass through port. You know that if you go to our next country, yo. You know, if you go up on the plane, if you go to our next country, or you know, if you go up on the ship, if you go to our next country, so you're begging permission. And it is that, them must grant you the permission. Just like how a lot of people go to the embassy and them turn them down after them pay how much thousands of dollars.
I think almost
25. 30, yeah, almost 30,000. Some people, visa been raising from what? From 10,000, from 9,000. Now it's at 25,000, almost 30,000. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people who get turned down and them still go back. Save up the money, save up them last. If you go back, if you go beg master permission if you fly go America, yo. Because everybody want to go America, but that's just to show you that you're not independent, yo. Because you cannot leave this piece of rock without begging master permission.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's what the word passport mean. It mean begging permission to passport. Go on.
Just like how whenever have freedom basically or the liberty to move from one plantation to the other. The only time you can do it when them sell you.
Yes.
You see me? And that never done by will.
Yes.
You see me? So just as same way now we can't really travel without authorization from master.
Alright, watch this now. If you are drive, we are talking about within this piece of rock. You know, here. Not permission to fly out. But for example, you're driving and the police stop you. Why you think him stop you? As a passenger, I say, I know nothing more from you, Like you want enough of them and I like them want to ticket you. But the policy is, I know if you operate within certain laws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I operate within certain what is that? Slave patrol, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like back then them used to patrol the slave. You say yo, make sure so you're not try to escape, you know.
Make sure you're not
make sure you operate within certain laws, within certain laws, certain jurisdiction and within certain laws.
Watch you know?
Yeah.
I forgot you. But remember when you watch them slave movie there, you see the oppressor them, where they sit down on the horse and watch the slave them. Them watch the slave them and make sure say them do what them do. Now the same thing today where you see the police will stand up in their son.
Yeah, that's where the word police come from. It come from the word policies. Are the same thing as policies. So police
keeper.
Yeah, are policy keepers. They are upholding the policies of the government, of the elite, of the monarch. See, get the word independence too.
We can read a quick article.
Yeah, man. Just bring out the article.
This is the article. This is from the government of Jamaica. You see me? So this is them website.
Yeah.
Right. So it's information. It's the constitution, status and role of the Governor General. The General of Jamaica is appointed by Her Majesty the Queen.
Who am appointed by? He is appointed by Her Majesty the Queen. Go on.
On the advice of the Prime Minister within the monarchical system of government provided by the Jamaican Constitution. He is Her Majesty's representative in Jamaica. I don't need to go no further.
He is Her Majesty the Queen representation in Jamaica. So when you have a Governor General, that middleman, he acts as a mediator between the House of Representatives or the House of Parliament and the Queen and Her Majesty the Queen. When this piece of fucked up rock, Jamaica, was getting so-called independent, who was there? Soca, who was there? The Queen, Her Majesty the Queen was there. Zin was present. When you get independence, when you take independence, your master can't come nowhere. When you take independence, when you're being dependent and self-sufficient, because that's what the word independent means. You have it, Ak?
Yeah.
Self-sufficient. Go on, Ak?
I say independence, fact of not depending on others or another, self-support and self-government.
Yes, you don't need nobody to tell you what laws to pass. You don't need nobody to say, for example, a law for pass in Jamaica. Did you know that law cannot be passed unless you have to present it to the Governor General and the Governor General present it to the Queen?
Don't forget, hence why you have the two party them for one. One party on one side and the next party on the next side, and the Governor General sit at top and him have a British gear and him have a certain dress wear where them look like the monarchy, where them dress a certain way
represent Britain.
Right. And what them do, them say, and when a party speak, them say, yo, Your Majesty, and them speak to him with honors like the Queen, you get me?
Where
and then them bring them part and then him have to sign off or write off on it.
And guess what? When that whatsoever bill reach the Queen and the Queen read through it or whosoever read through it, I say, watching this bill is fuckery, this passes, this cannot be a law. Then them send it back and say, watching this cannot be a law. If them agree with it, then them say, alright, watching it, alright, make it be a law, pass it. You know what I mean?
Because even if you say, look how them when them are signing, the prime ministers. Who is there to inaugurate the prime minister? The Governor General as a representation and the Queen. If him not there, they can't be legally prime minister.
Right. So they get the permission, so what you know? Even for somebody for like run for prime minister, they are, you know, not even said that, but just the point is that all authority and all laws, all permission is granted from the Queen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why he is the head and he's still the head. That's question, simple question where people avoid. Why the so-called prime minister, the previous prime minister, Portia Simple Miller, was begging sovereignty from the Queen couple years ago. Some years ago when she were the prime minister. Why was she begging sovereignty from the Queen? And if you don't know what the word sovereignty means, go and look it up. Zane? You finish with the definition?
So see, independent or independence earlier in the same sense was independency.
Yeah.
US independence.
You can't rest it this way, you're not going further. It just means not dependent on. Not dependent on. It means self-sufficient, self-reliant,
right.
Self-governance. Zane? And let me show you one next simple question where these simps don't understand. You know what I mean? And them don't ask. If Jamaica, yeah, good. If Jamaica was responsible for dictating their own their self-governance, why IMF dictating that you have job cuts coming in August and the government have to comply?
Exactly.
Why IMF dictating the way in which this piece of rock is run?
The money.
You know what I mean? Because I don't call this a country, this is a piece of rock. You know what I mean? So IMF is dictating the direction in which the country go. They say what? When Christina Lagarde come out here, him say what dollar up the slide. When the dollar was at what? 126. She said the dollar when the dollar was at 120.
No, 115, 150.
She said the dollar need to lose.
Yes,
she said they need to bring it up to 120.
Yeah.
So
and
if some and it passed that, so that just to show you that IMF have them neck in the have them hand in the neck of the government, yo.
Yeah.
Squeezing it. Zane, so you people need to know and need to learn, Zane, that there's no freedom, there's no sovereignty. So when the people going up to Grand Gala celebrating Independence and Emancipation Day, you people need to check your fucking self, yo. And you are a fucking fool. And we're gonna say it just like that, yo, you are a fucking fool. You know what I mean?
You have some, basically, and the fact that as Brother referred to IMF in them dead, as Michael Monday stated that when he went to the IMF and basically accept the loan, them tie basically a double loose is because the debt we're in right now, yo, as the scripture say, if you can get
which one?
Servant,
the borrower is a servant to the lender. Yeah.
Right, because his agenda, yo, basically was in there trying to seek independence to Jamaica, your sovereignty, you see me, where Jamaica is independence, you see me, self-sustained, you see me, not dependent on nobody, you see me, but the fact that Jamaica was needed to be developed, they have to go to IMF in order to actually be accepted upon the World Trade Organization, you see me, we trade money, we trade goods, and actually have a currency. They have to go into the IMF, and when they go to the IMF and borrow the money, that's why IMF can actually dictate to them now, because they have become a servant. You see me? That's why Andrew Holness, before him come in, the first time in there, him say every Jamaican basically who have basically $600,000 before them born. You see me? And we have to pay that because we will basically be subjects now, I think at 22 and 6.
Yeah, man, I have it.
Fine.
Yeah, Salah. Yeah. This is Proverbs 22 verse 7. It said the rich rule it over the poor and the borrower is a servant to the lender.
Fine, you see me? The borrower is a servant to the lender. We are the borrower, you see. We're not even with them constitution.
Yeah, we're not borrowing.
You see me?
Yo, we don't call this our country, yo.
Yeah, for them country.
For them country, yo. Our country, our land is Israel.
Fine.
And we're not in our land now, so we don't call this our country. Yo, he say what? How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? It's still in a strange land, yo. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get Baruch 3. Baruch 3 verse 8. Yeah, that.
Because people even go and read it. Because even with the whole thing of going, especially with China coming over and setting up shop, people, Jamaicans creating a scare saying, say, yo, we're slowly being colonized by China, which is total crap, yo, because guess what? China can't take over. China can only set up business in the country, because guess what? At the end of the day, Jamaica was set up as a business entity, an extension from the British government. You understand me? They have their own government, who have their own laws and constituency. At the end of the day, China can't come and own nothing here. You understand me? We're just set up shop. Our next business place. That's it.
Anyway, yeah, precept. This is Baruch 3 verse 8. It's a bit old. We are yet this day in our captivity. Simple. What the word captivity mean? The word captivity means slavery, bondage. So we are yet. The scripture said that. The scripture where these people neglect and claim say, yo, them go to church and read. It's in the scriptures, yo. It say, yo.
You can hold on under the scripture say Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Can you read that, bro?
Yeah.
It said no man shall buy thee. That's how we're still in our slavery. Because the scripture prophesies. So Abraham Lincoln never free nor slave. And when that clone from them British they come out here and say, yo, you are independent and you are emancipated, you never go see it. It's just a trick.
Yeah.
Make our people stop rebel and stop burn down the plantation them. You see me? Because at the same time, we still in slavery, yo. Our people basically work for none. Just live on less than minimum wage some minimum wage some little bit above it. All them do is just work, is sustain themselves to continue work every day of their life, yo. You see, which I same thing when within a slave, when people know so them in a slavery, yo. You go up on the plantation, you work, if you get sick, master get some other slave to basically treat you. You see me, and give you food and give you little clothes, yo. Are the same thing now. It's about the fact that our people stop rebel because them don't know so them in a slavery no longer. You see me, they believe them free. So them stop rebel and stop burning down plantation, which what less last master, yo. You see me, and them can sleep in peace. You see me, because back then they used to fret because them know so yo, guess what? We are some man in slavery, some Israelite, you see me, because we are Israelite, them know them back then.
Yeah.
You see me, and them know them for fear with. But now them can rest in peace now. Well, people are some Uncle Tom now and love Master.
Yeah, man.
You see me, so now Master can trust and sleep well, yo.
Yeah, man, our people are Samuel Jackson now.
Can.
You see me? Another name for Uncle Tom is Samuel Jackson.
Can. We move it, that Django.
The Django and Chief.
Can.
Yeah, this is Baruch 3 and 8 again. It's a behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subjected to payments.
Exactly. That's how we pay water bill, light bill. The scripture say we can get Lamentation chapter 5 and 8.
Yeah,
tell us say we are basically verse 4. It's me tell us say we are get drink water by measure, yo. You see me, that wasn't so. Back in Israel, yo, we had wells, you see me, springs basically. But not pay for water, yo. You see me, that is madness to have pay water bill. It's free resource, yo. The most I put that on earth for us. Is if every human being now who basically to body we have pay for water we drink. Simple water.
4 how much?
I think 4. It's out of 4 and 4.
4 and 4, okay. Alright, this is Lamentation 4 verse 4. The tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. They that died feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in scarlets embrace dunghill. 5 and 4. Yeah. Lamentation 5 verse 4. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Yeah, basically like that. We are drunken our water for money.
For money, yo. Water
commission. But then you have a little river, them privatize the river. And privatize the river and say, yo, them set up dam, which is setting up shop, basically sell about the water.
And that's how now the water going to be more privatized.
Exactly. You know I mean? Capture we land and capture we and sell everything.
Yeah.
You see me?
Bring out the preset that way that bring out.
So one of them,
yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 28.
Read the call, like camera kind of.
Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The strangers that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
What the strangers were there in a country now? The Eden, Elamites, which are the Indians them. I have Chinese and I have the so-called white man, yo. them are the Eden where they're in our country now. So those are the strangers. Where they're among us, yo. Them get up above us very high because of them basically run the country. Chinese, you know what I mean? Yeah man, them are the head right now, yo. Go on. So it says those them are get up above the very high and those are come very low. So we servitude to them. When you're looking at these Chinese and Elamite shop, you have our people in there, you know, getting little and nothing. And the Chinese them talk to them like nothing, yo. Roasting them and deal with them like dogs. But them have to sup it up because guess what? Them now go have a job.
Same thing in the tourist industry, yo.
Yeah.
Who basically the tourists out here? The heathens them. You see when them come and they get royal treatment. Same thing.
All of the exotic beaches. A lot of us can't afford to go there. But who go there? We never see them. We only can stream them on like go on YouTube or go on Google and just say your John Star it. We leave your son, we don't go there.
That there.
You know what I mean? But sure. Go on.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
IMF. World Bank.
You can lend to IMF? Can you Negroes lend to IMF? But you have to borrow from IMF. You have to borrow from IDB. You have to borrow from IMF.
China.
Borrow from the Korean bank. China. Is in? So, someone can lend to you, but you can't lend to them. You have to lend to them.
Not all.
You know what I was saying? You have dry shit in your body. Go on, yo.
He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Yeah, I can be the tail, and that's what you people are. The tail. Waggling. You know what I mean? You get the crumbs from master table, yo. That's why them 20-year-old chicken back come to Jamaica a couple years ago. Some years ago.
Gone.
You know what I mean? Because that's what you get. You get the crumbs that fall from the master table. But these people cannot acknowledge. Yeah, jump to Deuteronomy. You finish that?
I want to get 28 for some food.
Alright, give me 28. Come on, I got 68 to the brother. Yeah.
And it says, therefore shalt thou serve. This I jump to 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger.
Wait, sir?
You say
He says serve. We say you shall serve the enemy in what?
In hunger.
In hunger.
In thirst.
In thirst.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness.
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things, yo.
And you say serve, yo.
And it says serve.
Serve just means serve, being a servant,
You
being a slave.
You can, and these people look there, but them walking around now, I'm free.
Yo, I celebrate independence.
Yeah. Freedom is what you conceptualize in your mind. I love that saying. Yo, I love that saying. Yo, freedom is what you conceptualize in your mind. I try to use big word. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? But yo, alright, conceptualize in your mind that you can just go through port and not pay them the money. Just walk through port and go up on the plane. Just conceptualize that in your mind. You know? But yo, we laugh not at you niggas, yo, because the niggas are stupid, and the only way we're gonna be on one platform in wisdom is to come to the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, yo, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Go on, Ak.
It's Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Yeah.
By the way thereof I spake unto thee.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not see it no more.
Some people are going to slavery again. Go on.
Again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So we were sold unto our enemies.
For bondman and bondwomen.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and which means slave men and slave women. Go on.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. No man shall buy you. So your freedom. No man. Hey, up until now, who buy your freedom?
That Abraham Lincoln.
Who pay for your freedom? Well, we know about us. Our freedom was bought and paid for by the blood of Yahweh, by the blood of Yahweh Shai. That's how we were redeemed. Yeah. We were bought back. But we conceptualize that in our mind. You know what I mean? That is what we conceptualize. You know, the most I put it there that, you know, we get that understanding. Yeah. Whenever that we conceptualize it in our mind, the most I put that understanding there, you know, that we are bought at a price, yo, by the blood of Yahushai. You know what I mean? What the word redeem mean?
Buy back.
To buy back. You know what I mean? It means also you go deep, when you go deeper in it, it means to set at liberty that which is bound. And Yahushai set at liberty also, yo. But people don't believe in yourself, so you're still in bondage. You know what I mean?
May the faith of Perfect.
Your next precept.
We can get Matthew 17 and 25.
Yeah, but Matthew 17 and 25. Says, we say, yeah, start from 24. Matthew 17 verse 24. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, doth your master pay tribute? And he said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Yahushua prevented him. Yahushua was who the world ignorant to call Jesus Christ. Yahushua prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute?
Tribute is just another name for tax, yo.
Tax, yeah.
Who them a tax? The leaders, them are the elders, them are the place. A tax, yo. That's a question Yahushua asked Peter.
Can.
One, bro.
He said, of their own children or of strangers?
Yeah, so who them tax, yo? Like who the Rothschilds them tax them family member or them tax other nations, Jake. Is me like them say third world countries, is me who pay tax, who IMF, yo, who pay interest pan the money where them borrow. Is him who have to pay income tax. What you call it? What the name?
Income tax. All these kind of tax.
Yeah, I remember. I think you have one general consumption tax.
Yeah.
Any goods you buy, you have to pay that.
Can.
Is because all of that money go back to Esau, yo.
Yeah, can. He said the scripture say, yo, who does the kings of the earth take tribute? Of them own children or of strangers? Yo, you as a king, you're not going to tax the children.
No.
You're going to tax the strangers, you're going to tax the servant them. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's why that's the proof that we are servant. Because guess what? No rulership, no king ever tax them own people, yo. Ever tax them own children. It always the citizen who stand for the debt or stand for the tax, the paying of tribute.
Because look back in Israel when King Solomon there ruled. When King Solomon there ruled, King Solomon charged. He never charged the Israelite or tax the Israelite.
He tax the other nation.
The other nation them.
Can.
They contribute to contribute to us, yo.
And in history, yo, basically when tax come in, yo, I have to pay tribute. I want another nation conquer you. You see me? You become them subjects. You pay them tribute or tax.
Yeah.
You see me? That's how it goes, yo. And we are basically paying tax now, so we were conquered.
Can. So me read back the part again. He said, of their own children or of strangers. Peter saith unto him, of strangers. Yahushua saith unto him, then are the children free.
Yeah, so Yahushua basically and Peter have an understanding that they were in slavery, but then, yo, it's the same as though, because what? The acknowledgement is from your pay tax, yo. You pay tribute, you are slaves.
Yahushua knows that you're watching on our kingdom this.
Can, and him said,
yeah, man.
Him tell Pilate, he say, yo, if this are the film kingdom, yo, the angels them in a fight. Is him, but because this is not, is him, we have will of the Most High to fulfill, yo. That we are going slavery. Is him going to be sold for slave man and slave woman, and nobody now go buy away. And then the Most High send him son, Yahushua, to basically deliver away, yo. Is him, that's the prophecy. Right, so up to this day, as the scripture saying, Baruch, yo, we are yet this day in our captivity, waiting for deliverance from who? Yahushua. Is him, who will deliver you, or redeem to buy us back. Is it because every minute them so-called Christian people say they want to redeem, or redemption time or something.
I am redeemed.
I don't know saying in slavery. They want to get Bible for them saying they say
I am redeemed, Lord.
Oh boy. People mad.
Anyway. You know what I mean? This is Nehemiah 5 verse 3. He said, some also were that said, we have mortgaged our lands. So the word mortgage means pledge. So they make a pledge on them land, them give over them land. You know what I mean? So he said we have mortgaged our lands, vineyards, and houses. In this case, Jamaica mortgaged Jamaica. The government of Jamaica mortgaged Jamaica because guess what? Each it's like it is being sold piece by piece. You know what I mean? Because the waterfronts, the wharf,
JPS,
the backside, the sugar factory, here Jamaica.
All that sugar
all of it have been mortgaged.
The
land, all of it have been signed over. The people have been signed over to the debt holders. You know what I mean?
Them stand as a collateral.
We stand as a collateral.
And Jamaica basically default upon them debt, so each time them default, them pay. Them basically over transfer over the and over basically the collateral, yo.
True.
You see, man, then claims that we are privatize it. It's a nice word to say, yo, we are selling this.
Yeah.
Basically, selling it is just paying for the debt, yo.
Yeah, I think you have one documentary named Jamaica for Sale. My apostle, my elder over here, Elder Shapar, yeah, he told me about that documentary, but we've been looking for it, and then we can't find it back, yo. We have it's Jamaica for Sale. That's the name of the documentary. Alright, so some also word that said we have mortgaged vineyards and houses that we might buy corn because of the dirt. Or dirt means famine. Famine, right?
And same also Jamaica basically mortgage basically them, because when you buy a borrow loan, you have to have a collateral, something about stand for the debt in case you can't pay it back.
Yeah.
You see me? So in Jamaica borrow them loan, you for basically import all of these fancy things. You see me? That's why you have basically in Jamaica you have all of these cars and resources, you see me? Because majority of the things that we have over there wasn't made out here, yo. You see me? So all of those things were imported. They were imported by money borrowed by the government from the IMF or IDB or whatever them get it, yo. You see me? And that come with a interest rate. You see me? And when the interest rate spike up on them, Jamaica can pay it back. You see me? Them sell the collateral. So it's a mortgage where the scripture actually refer to. It's the same thing. The mortgage just basically a dead edge.
Dead pledge, yo.
Sell everything.
Alright, so yeah, go on.
Sell the people and put.
Yeah. So it's a scripture I say it. Verse 4 it say, there were also that city of borrowed money for the king's tribute.
To pay tax.
Yeah,
just like how Jamaica borrow money if you pay more money.
Yeah, can.
Them borrow money if you pay more money what they owe.
Yeah, and then them borrow money because
continuous debt.
Yeah, because them in a monetary debt. Them in a debt with different banks. Because them borrow from IMF and them borrow from IDB, so them borrow from IDB to pay back IMF. And then you have the Korean Development Bank, the Korean Bank. Them in a debt with Korea too.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. You know what I mean? They're like a whore.
Oh yeah, they're independent.
You know what I mean?
And not be a debt.
It's a and that upon our lands and vineyards, but yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children of their children, and lo, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters.
Into bondage or into slavery.
To be servants. And some of our daughters are brought onto bondage already.
That's why Andrew Walner say each Jamaican have over 600,000 before they even born.
Yeah, Peter Phillips.
Peter Phillips said
some years ago.
Because we are servants, yo, right? Because we stand the collateral which was transferred over onto the lender, yo.
Because when you don't have no more collateral to give, what you going to do? People don't have to work, you have to stand the debt. You know what I mean? So guess what? All of you people are owned, you know what I mean, by the elite. So you have to stand for the debt.
Just like
you are the collaterals now.
In Genesis when the famine they hit in Egypt, well, afterwards when the people run out of money, what them do? Them sell themselves, yo. Is it because the money done? Is the money they actually fail? Is it because it was of no use? It's just as us, yo. Jamaica run out of money, so what them do? Then start selling people them.
He said, for other men of our lands and vineyards.
So Esau own, where Esau no own, you have the Elamite, and where Elamite no own, you have the Arab, and when the Arab no own, you have the Chinaman.
Yeah, everybody get a piece of cake here, man.
The Jamaica.
Yo, every evening I say, yo, you know, yo, I get a piece of the cake. You mean, MC Jamaica has this big pie, and everybody want a slice out of it, yo. But guess what? The whole cake belong to the queen. You know what I mean? But them just get yeah. Everybody I get piece of Jamaica, yo, or piece of Jake. You know what I mean? Because guess what? Them see the big pie, and them just dip in it, yo. Even though the entire thing, the entire land, or Queen's land, Queen's landing. You know what I mean? It belongs to the queen, but other nations just say, what you know?
Need something.
We want a piece of it. Yeah, we do some business with them, you know, a crepe as much as them can crepe.
Just like I think back when Israel used to go up to fight you, I think having a Maccabees, I remember exactly where.
Yeah.
When we go for fight you and them have the nations them come around and see yo, when they fall we are gonna buy them up. You see me take them as slave. Same thing yo. You see we are falling.
Too long, get the last piece.
Yeah, this is First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 10. It said, what nation had not had part in our kingdom and had gotten of her spoils?
What?
Queendom.
Queendom. Yo, read it again. I got bad precept that you know. Bad precept that you know.
First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 10. What nation had not had a part in our kingdom?
What nation had not had a part
Which one?
in our kingdom? Right now the kingdom is our people. Right now this represent our people. What nation have not?
Land gone long time.
Land gone long time. You see me? So what nation have not taken a piece of you people, yo?
Everybody come to a slide.
Everybody want to whip out of your box. Everybody want to walk up, want to walk over your head, yo. You know what I mean? And every nation did that. Right now, them are do it to the best of their ability, yo. Them are creep as much as them can from our people. Because the kingdom there represent Jerusalem, represent Israel. So it's what nation have not had a part in the kingdom, in our kingdom, yo. Go on.
Being the dogs, like Yahushua gave the
dogs
proverb.
come and lick the sword, yo.
Lazarus, yo.
Lick the sword of Lazarus. Israelites, you know what I mean? Go on.
It's what nation had not had a part in our kingdom
Every nation benefit. That is the point. Go on.
and had gotten of her spoils.
And I've gotten our first spoils. Yeah? And what the ultimate spoils what the nations them get is the people. Then all of them people that the other nations them get us as them spoils.
Have a precept.
Yeah.
No continence.
Yeah,
Verse
go on.
11, right? Spirit. It's all her ornaments are taken away.
True.
Of a free woman, she's become a bond slave.
A bond slave.
That's
But
the point, yo.
Yo, at the end of the day, yo, you people won't come to yo, this is for the elect, man. This is for the elect. You know what I mean? So these words, this edification for the elect. Because a nigger won't get this, yo. A nigger will still stuck in nigger down. Yeah, I wanna learn that. In the sun in the pit, you know what I mean? A nigga will still be sunken.
Oh, I hate that man.
You know what I mean?
Try put up AC and the lavish and nice coach in the Helma youth.
Yeah.
The name Helma it and him a try.
Yeah, man, it's all about the Jordans.
Yeah, you see me try look lavish in a Esau kingdom man. Hell within a hell and you see Jake walk with a nice have him chain. Goal up on thing and a
Jake get Jake get a Jordan and a chain on him neck and yo,
It's all over.
It's all over, man. It's
all
done.
over.
You can call it quits.
Yes. What's there?
There's nothing else. Jake good right now, you see me? So yeah, we're gonna make this video too long, you see me? We're gonna say hope this lesson was edifying. You know, we're gonna say Tawada Yahuba Shemi Oshai again, Kalalali Yahuba Shemi Oshai. Double honors to our pastors of JMS. You know what I mean? The true leaders of Israel right now. You know what I mean? And salutations to the Akim out there pushing toward the sincerity and the truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.